Shalom, and welcome to another session of Hebrew Bible Secrets with your host, Rabbi Jeremy Beaton. We continue with the reading from the book of Revelation, starting at chapter 21, the theme of Sukkot, the celebration of tabernacles. 1. And I saw a new Shemayim, a new heaven, and a renewed earth. For the first Shemayim, the first heaven, and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. 2. And I, Yochanan, John, saw the set-apart city, renewed Jerusalem, coming down from Elohim, out of the Shemayim, out of the heaven, prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. 3. And I heard a great voice out of the Shemayim, out of the heaven, saying, Behold, the tent of Elohim is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Elohim himself shall be with them, and be their Elohim. 4. And Elohim shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. 5. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said to me, Write, for these words are true and trustworthy. 6. And he said to me, It's done. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end. I will give to him that is thirsty of the fountain of the Mayim, the water of life, freely. 7. He that overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his Elohim, and he shall be my son. 8. But the fearful, and the unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, shall have their part in the lake which burns, with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. 9. And there came to me one of the 7 Malachim, the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, full of the 7 last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come here, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's wife. 10. And he carried me away in the Ruach, the Spirit, to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the set-apart Jerusalem, descending out of the Shemayim, out of heaven, from Elohim. 11. Having the glory of Yahweh, and her light was like to a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 Malachim, 12 angels, and names written there, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. 13. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. 14. And the wall of the city had 12 fountains, and in them the names of the 12 emissaries of the Lamb. 15. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates there, and the wall there. 16. And the city lies foursquare, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. 17. And he measured the wall there, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the messenger. 18. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like clear glass. 19. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony. The fourth, an emerald, 20. The fifth, sardonyx. The sixth, sardius. The seventh, chrysolite. The eighth, beryl. The ninth, a topaz. The 10th, a chrysophorus. The 11th, a hyacinth. The 12th, an amethyst. 21. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Each gate was of 1 pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. 22. And I saw no Beth Hamikdash temple therein, for Yahweh Elohim, El Shaddai, Almighty, and the Lamb are the Beth Hamikdash temple of it. 23. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it, for the glory of Yahweh did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light of it. 24. And the nations shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and respect into it. 25. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. 26. And they shall bring the glory and respect of the nations into it. 27. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defiles, neither whatever works abomination or makes a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's scroll of life. So there ends chapter 21. So we'll just have a quick look at the footnotes to see what we can ascertain from the footnotes. So we have in the first verse, and I saw a new Shemayim and a new renewed earth. For the first Shemayim, the first heaven, and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. So we have a footnote for this word sea. So it says here, the waters will be removed from the earth, and the earth will be joined back together as a single mass. So this obviously is yet future, so we wait for this to happen. So we have the next footnote, which is in verse 6. And he said to me, it is done. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end. I will give to him that is thirsty of the fountain of the Mayim of life freely. So the Tav, we have a footnote for the word Tav. The book's original composition is in Hebrew, not Greek or Aramaic. So the second footnote we have is in verse 8. But the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns. Okay, so this word burns, we have here, note, the categories or worldly traits. So these are all the categories of worldly traits that Abba Yahweh, Hashem, doesn't like. So let's go to the next footnote, which is verse 9. There came to me one of the 7 Malachim, the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, full of the 7 plagues. And talked with me, saying, come here, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's wife. So let's have a look at this Lamb's wife. So John was from Judah, and was shown the bride that is the house of Israel, the northern wife, now about to be reunited with Yahweh. So remember the northern wife, the 10 tribes that were obviously divorced by Yahweh, are now going to be reunited with Yahweh. So this is the Lamb's bride. Okay, let's go to the next footnote here. So we have verse 14. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 emissaries of the Lamb. So let's have a look at this word, lamb. The 12 apostles were black Jews. Anyone who hates the black Jews will be outside the gate with the unclean folks to remain out until dead, and their souls destroyed, and has no place in the kingdom. So, understanding that all the apostles were people of colour, and anybody who hates people of colour, obviously in relation to the kingdom, obviously will be outside. So they'll have no part in the kingdom. So let's have a look at the verse 24. And the nations shall walk in the light. So light, we have a footnote for that. Manuscripts omit the words of them which are saved. So walk in the light. So it's those who are saved, who have returned back to the commandments, will be walking in the light, or will have the kingdom. As the light will be in there from the Father, Abba Yahweh, obviously his light, and the light of the Lamb will shine in the kingdom. So we won't need any sun or moon. So let's go to the next footnote, which we have here, verse 27. And there shall be in no wise enter into it anything that defiles. So let's have a look at this word, defiles. So no unclean animal and no unclean human allowed in. So this now ends chapter 21. So thank you for watching. This is your host, Rabbi Jeremy Beaton, and I hope to see you on the other side. Thank you for watching, and may you find rest and comfort for your souls. Shalom, shalom.